We have been on the subject of anger, and the truth is, anger is an emotion. I've said this before, and anger of necessity must be expressed. It is the way that you express it that matters, and that's what we are learning throughout this series. Hello, I greet you from this side of my world. I'm Pearl A.B. Clinton, a psychologist, a mental health advocate, a transformational speaker, an encourager, and a team coach. This is Words That Heal. So if you feel depressed sometimes, you run into anxiety sometimes, you feel like your mental health is under attack, you're losing hope and faith, and you're interested in gaining wisdom on how to cope and deal with the many stresses and issues of life, then you stopped at the right channel. You're a returning subscriber. Thank you for sticking with us till this moment. And if you're joining us for the first time, you are welcome to this wonderful healing community. After watching this video, if it was impactful, blessed your life, and made a lot of sense to you, then do well to like, comment your thoughts after watching this video, as we would love to hear from you. Subscribe, share this video with family and friends, and don't also forget to turn on the bell notification button to be notified of subsequent videos. From our last video, we have been discussing with different persons and asking them questions on how they deal with anger and anger issues. Today, I have another wonderful guest with me, and she'll be telling us how she deals with anger. I trust that we'll be enjoying ourselves once again. So sit back, relax, and enjoy our discourse. So dear people, I have my wonderful guests here with me. This is completely a new face on our discourse on different topics. So Ma, you're going to introduce yourself and tell us how you deal with anger, not what someone else said, how you deal with anger.
Okay. So hello, nice to be here. I appreciate everyone here. So my name is Joan, and I'm a teacher and also a vlogger. And I'm happy to be in this place. Okay, how I deal with anger. So whenever I'm angry, I try to be quiet and think of what happened, if it's my fault or fault of the other person, or I try to reminisce on what really happened. And mostly the way I deal with anger, I'm quiet. I'm just quiet about it, and because I know this too will pass. So I'm not going to be angry the rest of my life. One thing about me is I try to look at the scenario. If this is the person's first time of making me angry, or the person is just taking advantage of me because I'm learning or because I'm going to ignore. So that's all boiled down to how angry I can be. So another thing is that I'm going to look at how often does this person behave like this. Some persons is a deliberate act, or if it is a mistake. So those are the things I look at. I think that ought to make me get so angry or not get angry. So that's just it. Then how I deal with anger is I try to pacify myself and be calm about it, and tell myself nobody is perfect. And I also tell myself that I don't know the mistake I'm going to make tomorrow. We all pray and wish for God to forgive our sins. So who am I not to forgive the next person? So this is basically how I handle anger issues, and I try to be at peace with people. That's just it. And I reduce my expectation. I believe every human will make mistake, including me. So if anybody close to me makes mistake, I believe that this is your shortcoming. That's my honest belief.
Wow. Did you hear what she said? So what I got from her point is she understands that people will make mistakes, and that's one very good point. Then she's saying that she knows she's not perfect as well, and that when people do things to her, she should be willing to, even if she gets angry, she should be willing to forgive them and then move on, because she too will somehow require forgiveness of God in many cases, or in many ways as well. So that's what she said. So my second question is, how do you deal with anger in your marriage?
Okay, anger in my marriage. I have to be careful while dealing with anger, because I know me and this person will have to live the rest of my life. Then I don't pick on my husband because he's going to make mistake, and at our initial stage, if he makes mistake, I'll like, hey, you have made mistake. Then later I'll make mistake, I'm like, so now I don't pick on him, because when he does something, I try to put myself in his shoe, or sometimes I try to tell him forward before then that careful not to fall this thing, or then I also prepare my mind in time that I'm going to offend him. Like, it's not just like the worst person on earth. So I don't know the mistake I'm going to make tomorrow. So when he makes mistakes, sometimes I forgive me, sometimes I get angry and just telling him that this is this, the next time this is how you are going to avoid. So but I try not to raise my voice. Sometimes I try not to talk about it. Maybe the next day or at night I'll just tell him that this is not good now, so please next time let's try to avoid such things so we don't get to offend ourselves. So that's how I deal with anger in my marriage. But we grew into it to accept each other and to know that okay, yes, this is this. It's not going to be perfect. You're not going to be perfect, and to crown it all, we always forgiveness from God. So who are we not to forgive? And if you keep picking on your partner, the partner is going to be resentful. It's not going to be open. The partner is going to be like over treating you like a boss or something. So I try to be free, like some honest mistakes. So that's how I handle anger.
Oh. Wow. The way she answered the first question, I really needed to, go deeper and ask her how she deals with anger in her marriage. And you've heard her. And I hope you learned a lot from what she has said. I'll be bringing up more guests to tell us how they deal with anger. This series is really inexhaustible because many people deal with anger in different ways. And I know that we'll be picking points from what everybody is saying. The goal is pick up the points that are useful to you and apply them to your life. What are your last words to my viewers?
So thank you all for watching this video. You people should leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for having me in your world.
Okay. But as always, do well to be strong, live gratefully, and never give up no matter what. If you have more questions and concerns, send them to whatsapp2022@gmail.com, or better still, you can drop it at the comment section if that is easier for you, and we will address it. I love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much for your support thus far. So until my next video, bye.
Bye. Remember, we all want God to forgive us, so we should forgive. Bye.
Great.